you're going to get multiple assets. This is going to be the golden goose that keeps giving, giving, and giving, and giving more golden eggs. We're kicking off week 1 of 4 on personalized automation. And there's a tool. We're actually going to do this exercise. So get a pen handy, get a piece of paper handy, or you can type in the chat if you'd like. We'll do a little bit of thinking. This exercise should be maybe 15, 20 minutes. It shouldn't be so super long. So being focused. Well, there's 3 simple questions we're going to go through, but here's what I promise that you and we're actually going to, Sean, this is us too. We'll be doing the exercise with them. Might as well do it now, right? We talked about it. So you're going to get multiple assets. This is going to be the golden goose that keeps giving, giving, and giving, and giving more golden eggs from the marketing, from the messaging, from the sales side. You guys with me on that? So I want to share this tool within the framework and the context of personalized automation, because there's a little bit of love, hate, little fire and ice with personalized automation. Here's the problem. Personalization works. It works great. Can you guys recall the last gift that you got? Or maybe it was a card, or maybe someone threw a small event. You could tell that they loved you, that they thought about you, that they personalized an experience for you. You guys, hopefully this comes to mind. Does a face come to mind? Does a name come to mind of someone that created a personalized experience? It's memorable, it stands out, and it works really well, right? But you can't do that at scale. And automation is awesome, though. That's the problem. So as we make things more automated, it gets harder and harder to make things more personalized. And has anyone else felt this pain? Where you're like, dang it, I don't really want to talk to 1,000 people a day and keep everything personalized, but I want to talk to 1,000 people a day because I'm looking to serve more people and grow my business. That's the tension between personalization and automation. And it is awesome. Has anyone seen this GIF? This GIF cracks me up every single time. What a great automated idea. So we're going to have a tool that actually helps us benefit from both sides, right? Have your cake and eat it too. This is a good attempt at it. So here's the promise, is that after using this tool, it gets everybody raising their hand. Like, these are all your customers, your ideal prospects, your ideal prospects being like, I feel like you made a personalized message for me, but what you actually did was create a more systematized, automated way of connecting with them all, but they feel like it was personalized. They're raising their hand, they're coming towards you, and they want some more of your product and service. All right, so that's the promise. And the way we're going to do it is with the word wizard. You guys met the word wizard yet? Well, this is when the word wizard waves his wand. This is the tool that we're going to be going through together today. It's really simple. On your piece of paper, you can draw 2 lines on your piece of paper, creating 3 sections. We want to have 3 clear sections that we're going to be walking through. Again, I'll be calling these out as we go. You can answer this as we go in the chat as well, if you prefer. And then at the end, everyone that hasn't wrote down ideas, we're going to be calling on people. And your contribution and your thought will help also build the creativity for other people. This time and space that we're spending together today, I promise it is completely worth it. It's very simple, lightweight, and the benefit that you get from how you communicate to your team and also how you communicate to your prospects makes you money. I recently got to go through this exercise a few weeks ago, and the gentleman that was walking me through this, he helped build a company. This is a solar sales team to over $600 million per year. And this is a key tool that he used. And as he walked through, I was like, dang, I get it. This is really cool. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit. Perceived problems. This is really where we want to hang out. Perceived problems is fire. This is what changes the game, okay? Now, blind spots is the blind spots for our prospects might also be the blind spots that we have. Let me explain. Perceived problems are actually, I'm going to cover that in the next slide, and you'll see the words. It'll be easier to gather. Okay, so blind spots are what we want to stay away from, is simply what you want to know in our copy, in our communication. This is for email, SMS, DMs, everything. And then the difference if these are solved. If both of these things are actually solved, how is our prospect's life going to be different? So as we break this down a little bit further before we get into examples and start writing stuff down, perceived problems are what problems does your ICP, your ideal customer profile, feel they have in their mind? What do they think their problems are? I'm not saying what are their actual problems. I'm saying in their mind what problems and there's a lot of times those are very different. We need to speak to the problems that they think they have, not the ones that we know they have. Okay, hit me on this. All right. So the next part is, what words do they use to describe these problems? This is very simple. Hopefully you're not hearing this for the first time, but this is one of those amazing exercises that realistically should be done monthly. Why? Because markets shift, current events shift. And while their perceived problems might be the same, the words they use for them will shift. And it's key that we use those words, because when you do, you're able to recreate the epiphany, that compelling message that feels personalized, but is done at scale. You know how I know this is true, and all of you already know this to be true? Someone's speaking. Think of, well, we could take, if we go to movies, we go to music, there's those songs that you remember from childhood, right? Or those songs, movies, books, speeches that transcend time, right? The question is why? Because they speak to a perceived problems with the words that resonate better than sometimes the people themselves even know how to communicate them as. And this is a powerful pattern. This is how we can, leverage this for our business. All right, let's go into blind spots. Blind spots are very different than perceived problems. This is more, what problems does your ICP have that they can't see yet? So they're not even thinking about this. They think they have one problem, but they actually have 5 other problems that they don't even know about. A simple example of this, just looking at everyone in the room, you have kids or have pets, and let's say that you've had kids or pets for like years, okay? And you're talking to a younger human that just got their first pet or just had their first kid, and they're telling you about their time and their pain, their problems, and everything that's going on, because that is where they at. And listening to them, and you're like, oh man, and you have no idea what's coming. Right? Or maybe just business owners, right? They just started their business, they're so excited, they're going to make money and change the world, and you're excited for them and you're rooting them on, and they probably will, and you're like, oh, if you only knew what was coming. Right? We can see their blind spots because we've been there and they haven't yet. Okay, the blind spot, not a perceived problem, right? Okay, now the next part is, what support will they need to overcome that blind spot? Okay, so that would be that category. And then the difference if solved. How, you notice we're switching from what to how. When things are solved, how will your ICP live a better life? How will they spend their time and money differently? How will how will their health and relationships be affected? Bunch of spelling errors in that one, but you guys know the you're getting at. What will actually be different? We need to be able to speak to this and articulate this. All right. So you guys ready for an example? Here we go. I promise we'll be moving fast. I'm going to give some context to this example as I'm talking through it.
What's ICP?
Ideal customer profile. So your avatar, your perfect customer. Yeah, asking Lincoln. So I'll be talking through this perspective that we're all agency owners and we have a lead gen problem. We're looking to generate more leads to increase revenue. That's the perspective I'm speaking through. Please receive these questions in this exercise. Perspective of your current customer. If your current customer has your current customers' perceived problems, your current customer, ideal customers' blind spots, and your current customers being changed when it's different. Okay, so go through this exercise as you through it with your ideal customer and write down the answers. I'm just going to be speaking this way so that you can help with the creative process. Okay, we're going to start here. I'm going to give some examples, and then I'm going to let you guys, you can start writing now if you'd like. I'm also going to give you guys a little bit of space to write too. Okay, problems. If my ideal customer is an agency owner, and they're looking to drive more lead generation, more traffic, they're, talk about lead gen and some of those things, but why are they even thinking about that? Is revenue's down. Do they want more noise and more calls? If they had like cash flow, would they really be talking and caring about lead generation? No, they'd be like, oh, we have a ton, we keep growing, we're good, satisfied. So really this is coming up because usually revenue is down. Maybe payroll came up and payroll's tight. Kind of notice it's the same problem, but they're using different words. Those are two different social media posts right there. Those are same problem, same pain, but two different hooks. See where this grows? Maybe they're just overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, another day just flew by and I have 15 to-do items on my list and I started the day with 10. Damn it. They're feeling overwhelmed, too much work, right? Overworked, like, gosh, I do this, I put out I give everything I have, but I only get back level 2 results. This is their mind, perceived problem, perceived pain. I've tried everything. Nothing's working for me. These are words that they use. I've tried everything. Like, why doesn't it work for me? These are words they're using for their problems and their pain. Not sure what to do next. I don't really know if I knew what to do next, I would have done it, right? I don't know what to do next. Notice none of these words say any. Now, it's not bad to say lead gen. Sometimes you can be direct. Like in this case, being direct with lead gen, converting will be okay. But look at how many other emotional words and phrases there are that are available for marketing hooks, right? Not sure what to do next. That's how they feel and the words they use when they're feeling the pain of this perceived problem. All right. So those are some examples. Let me pause here. I'm going to give you guys just a couple more minutes to finish writing. What are the emotional words and phrases that your ideal customer says, the actual words that they say? Sean, do you want to cue some elevator? You don't have to find elevator music.
Can't afford it.
Okay. Lincoln?
Can't
afford it. Yeah. Speak more to that. Can't afford what? Sales. Is that a sales objection?
Sometimes it's people reaching out to us because they can't afford their current policy that they have. So they're looking for cheaper coverages.
Okay. In insurance, I could see that where their problem is, oh wow, like it's expensive. Like, I wonder if I can just like less.
Yes.
Just need a solution to pay less. Yep, that'd work. It's a good example. Let's see. Let's check the chat. You guys writing, which is awesome. Words are going to be the word. What's that?
Sorry. On LinkedIn, I've seen a lot of people saying like, I don't have any more reach. Inbound leads are dead. Like
leads are dead. I don't have, like, they tapped on their reach, right? Is that what you're
on organic posting, for example?
Yeah, I've done everything I can. There's no like what I do with traffic because yeah, that's really good. Love it. Okay, let's go to the next one as you guys are finishing up some of these thoughts. Now, those words are the exact phrases and words that you want to include in your emails, on your sales calls, on direct messaging. So you're asking questions for people. You don't want to assume that they're feeling those things, but you can never taking quote educated guesses, asking like, hey, I'm seeing a lot of agency owners with revenue. Has your revenue been down lately by chance as well? It's a leading question, but it's not an assumptive question. And they're like, oh my gosh, it is. And you already know because that's what people are talking about. Or it's like, man, it seems like people are like overwhelmed with how things are changing in the economy. You've been feeling more overwhelmed than usual? Question. These are phrases that can be used and sent via direct message or in emails. All right, blind spots. Here's the thing. They asked about lead gen, right? Or they're thinking lead gen, that's my problem. I need to solve a lead gen problem. But they might not have a lead gen problem. The blind spot is they have an offer problem. You guys with me on this? They think that, oh, I need more leads. Like, their offer was better. It was irresistible. You'd have more leads than you know what to do with, right? Maybe it's just not clear. They have a great offer, but the way they're communicating it is just like, they just don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. So a confused mind does not move forward or buy. I don't know that, right? Maybe its offer might not solve a big enough problem. They're like, I get what you do, It's tempting, but that doesn't big enough to really move the needle in my world. I don't care. Maybe that's the problem why they're not getting leads or interest or booking sales calls, right? This is very top of funnel, but notice none of those have to do with the actual problem that they think they have. You guys see the difference there? So another one is marketing has the wrong message. That's kind of the unclear bucket, but it'd be communicating clearly, but the wrong person, not speaking to the right, that particular campaign. These can be blind spots of like, why not getting leads? Like, doing this for 20 years, I'm amazing, and now it's not. These are blind spots that they don't see. Now, here's the thing. If we use, this is the big punchline, if we use marketing copy in this way and speak to them, they will not say yes. It will not resonate with them because they're like, well, that's not my problem. In their mind, it's not their problem. So as marketing and business owners and marketing professionals, better stated, what we need to do is give them what they want, or sell them what they want, and give them what they need. We need to sell them what they want and give them what they need. So how do we sell them what they want? Oh, let's talk about lead gen. Let's talk about being overwhelmed, tired of everything, not sure what to do next, payroll's tight, all those. Let's talk about that and all of that. And what we're going to give them is, creation, making it simple, and then leads, which in their mind is their problem, is going to actually start flooding in. You guys with me on that? See how that connects? So let's spend a little bit of time here. If you haven't already, finish writing some of your blind spots, where when you talk, this is when you're talking to your clients, they're like, oh man, like Lincoln, earlier you're talking insurance, right? They're like, oh, my problem is I need to pay less. And what they're not thinking about is their coverage. They're not thinking about what the purpose of, even is, and how that really applies, it can be best leveraged for their life. And so you end up bringing them through an analysis of, it's home, like P&C type coverage, auto, their home, personal belongings that they have, the location of their home, and some of the current threats. You can properly insure them based on their specific criteria. You actually have that blind spot conversation later in the process. So you guys write some of those blind spots down, what you consistently are seeing them. Give you just another 30 seconds here or so. I'm excited to see what you guys have. Let's see, Brandon, missing out on prospects by avoiding / not trying out different marketing channels. More of a question, Brandon?
Well, thinking from a blind spot perspective is they're just thinking about certain channels that they could be using, and they're for whatever reason pigeonholing themselves into just a few different options instead of exploring all the possibilities where their prospects might be.
That totally comes up. Oh, I'm looking for business people, so I have to go to LinkedIn.
Right.
Oh,
right.
That's an interesting thought. Hey, who are you looking for? Hey, can we do a little experiment? Yeah, sure. Hey, I just found these 5 other Facebook groups where there's over 10,000 people that were who you're, it's like, oh, they just responded in 30 seconds. Like I'm not like to be literally happens, a lot of times. So I think that's a really valid question that you're bringing up. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so these are blind spots. Now, what are some tangible ways? Now, we want to ultimately solve both of these, right? Because there's a clear problem, which is the point. So going through this, when these are solved properly, the offer is clear and compelling and leads are flowing in. Really simple. Lots of comments to post. It's a visual measurement of before we got 5, now we're getting 72 on average per post. It's an easy way to measure a difference. The offer's clear, the messaging is on point, speaking to the right people, and leads are coming in. ICP is attracted to the offer. This is the right one that they want. And not only that, but the ICP is urgently needing the offer. It's like present pain, right? We found the right message that's speaking to present pain, and they want to solve it because it's keeping them up at night. ICP is clear on what to do next to get results. Oh, I don't have a way to automatically reply to the comments on my Facebook profile. And I need, man, if I could get that automation put in my business, that would save me over an hour a day. And I'm not even doing it consistently because I just get overwhelmed and overworked. And it's just another thing that I have to do, and it's hurting my revenue. If I take action today, I can press play and it's responding to everyone automatically. Now I can be consistent. and actually do the right thing. That's very clear on what I need to do next. Examples of perceived problems being addressed, blind spots being covered, and then both being solved. Okay, this hopefully the word wizard exercise is giving you some of the understanding clearly, being let me say it this way, being mindful of the words that you're using and how they're saying and how they're feeling to your ideal customer. Because when we're really honed in and really focused on this with a magnifying glass, man, you can now leverage automation.